Welcome, Big Ring viewers, to another edition of this week, the London Classique Handicap, the Big Ring's very own weight-based handicap that you'd be used to here on Zwift, folks. Flat track today. Time is short in the soundproof booth, so we're going to try and bang this commentary out as quickly as possible. 25 riders in the start pen today, so numbers increasing again. There'll be undoubtedly a few inadvertent dopers. We'll see how many can finish the event as we're watching roll out here under beautiful blue sky conditions on the London course. So riders this week featuring are Miller, Smith, McBrien, Moore, McKillop under the stars and bars of the USA, Johnson, Visser out of Canada, of course, Whitford, Hickey, Morgan, James New, the magnificent golden shaft that we can see there running alongside the Thames River. Beautiful scenery. I think Ben McCarthy joining us from the Pain Cave this week. Great to have him aboard, and if you can, get down to his venue where you can really hurt yourself in the company of others. Nile Rayside, Bunker. Hugison, also out of Canada. I'm not totally sure about Hugison's numbers. We'll keep an eye on that. Galbraith and O'Donovan in the start. As we've seen go. Racing is live here with the pack holding together largely at this point. That, of course, is the secret to the flat track races on Big Ring Handicap events. The power of the hugely spud-weighted pack being such that as soon as you drop off the back, it's going to be very hard to make amends, but largely staying together here now, although the blue sky has turned to miserable conditions. Power up being used here, slight incline on the course, 2% at the moment. Power ups allowed under TBR racing, and we've got Miller and O'Donovan at the head of affairs. O'Donovan out of Ireland, I think he's not perhaps fully understood the handicap situation, because his numbers tell us that he's working perhaps at normal weight. So we'll see you again next week, O'Donovan, for sure. Whitford on the front though, and doing a large amount of work as the numbers seem to have thinned here. So remaining eligible are Whitford, Galbraith, McKillop, McCarthy at the Pain Cave, Visser, Rayside, McBrien and Wang. As we come down the mall, across the start-finish line. This looks to be laps completed 2 out of 4. New Spudmaster just outlining there the situation and the nature of the handicap event for those who might not be so familiar as we cross the Prudential Ride London banner. The next group back on the road then, this is Matt Smith, and over his shoulder we see Morgan, New, Johnson, and perhaps a couple of dopers. Simon Morgan out of Wales, good to have him back. Or is it Steve Morgan? My mistake. So rolling with the second group on the road, and they're 20 seconds in arrears of our lead group. As I mentioned before, it would be hard to imagine them working back. Look at the heart rate here, 184 from Matt Smith, working extremely hard, and all the while recording this magnificent footage for your viewing pleasure, folks. This is McCarthy at the Pain Cave now with Matt Smith in the Tron bike. Look at this, New and Smith, TBR Brains Trust riding together, and Bunker off the back even further. I don't think we'll be seeing Bunker again, but thanks for coming along for the ride, mate. Hope to see you again. Back to the head of affairs now. This is the incline, the only meaningful incline of this London Classique course. We often see attacks here. So Whitford at the front with Rayside in the orange cap. Back to Hickey that we're riding with, 195 beats a minute, working extremely hard, Hickey, with Rob Visser, the Canadian. So that is your front four, Whitford, Rayside, Hickey and Visser. A small gap to McKillop and McBrien. This is McBrien. I can tell you he is working here at the absolute edge of his physiology, folks. 178 beats a minute. And he's going to look to try and bridge across there. Those 3 riders ahead of him. This will be a key moment in this race if he can bring the other riders back with him, McKillop and Hickey benefiting, and it looks like that's happened. All back together, folks. This is the final incline. You can see the numbers and the power just ramping up. Visser on the front with Rayside. Whitford has been consistently at the front today. It's not an orange cap for Whitford, folks. It's blazing red hair. Back to Tommy Galbraith and McBrien. McKillop just hanging on. That is Whitford attacking now. Simon Whitford goes for it. We're probably 1,500 metres from the finish, and Whitford looking to steal the march early. Here he is, 170 beats per minute, 300 odd watts. He's going to work hard to hold off the chasing pack, but I don't think he's going to do that. Rob Visser in the yellow Tron bike, bringing the group back. And Galbraith benefiting from that. Also McKillop, McBrien, Hugison still sticking around, Rayside and Hickey trailing this group. So if they can all bunch back together, it's going to be an almighty sprint finish, folks, as we draw breath and get ready for that. So Whitford has been reabsorbed again. He'd do well to perhaps just tuck in here, try and drop that heart rate by a couple of beats, because it is now McKillop taking up the riding. Tommy Galbraith in the black stealth machine after that. Whitford persistently holding on third wheel, and here's Hugison in the Swift steel bike, beg your pardon. So as we just roll through anticipation builds, riders looking just to collect them. Surely this will roll through for the bunch sprint now. Looks to be about 8 riders. Oh, here's Whitford again. Whitford out of the saddle and going with perhaps a kilometre to go now. Let's see if the group responds or if they're caught napping. Tom Galbraith yet again. We've asked for more from Tommy Galbraith, and he's delivering this week, that's for sure. Here's Whitford working extremely hard as he pulls onto the maul. Whitford ahead by 1 second to the chasing group. You know them by now. McKillop, Hugison, Visser, Galbraith, Rayside, McBrien and Hickey. Here come the power-ups. This is strategy coming into play now. McKillop second wheel. Whitford looking to be done for the day. Yep. Absolute brave riding from Whitford, but he is done. McKillop takes first wheel now from Galbraith, and Visser, Rayside in the mix too, trying to keep a track of what's going on here, folks. Big sprint for the line, and it's going to be Rob Visser. Tom Galbraith in second, and Rayside holding on for the third, with perhaps McKillop in fourth. Absolutely fantastic finish to the race. That's what the TBR racing's all about. There's your standings. It is indeed confirmed. Visser, Galbraith, Rayside, McKillop in fourth, McBrien, I won't use the word heroic often, but I think a heroic fifth. Hugison, Whitford, great attacking. Hickey, Yang, New, the Pain Cave, Matt Smith, Morgan, Moore, Johnson having a run of outs, and Cochrane, after some technical difficulties, bringing up the rear. Thanks very much, folks. I hope you've enjoyed the ride and the video, and we'll see you next time at the big ring. Bye now.